Hey guys, Mr. Asian Persuasion here, bringing you another commentary. This might be my second one up today, depending on how I want to do this. And sorry, I was just checking the gameplay audio right there. But depending on how I want to do this, I just wanted to talk about this because I've been seeing like more news about it, and I did a little more, like not a ton of research, but some. And it's about virtual reality gaming and my thoughts about it. So, virtual reality gaming, specifically the Omni, iPhone Star for Hire just brought it up and he was showing it off, and I just thought I'd put my 2 cents out about there. From what he said, they would probably cost around like, I mean, what I think personally, these things are gonna cost around like anywhere from $400 to $700, somewhere around there, probably maybe 800 at the most. And it's like it's basically an accessory you'd hook up to a PC, but they also said you could use Connect with it. So um, I mean, I don't know exactly how that would work, if it would work on the Xbox or whatever, because they said mouse and keyboard, so basically PC. But anyways, excluding all the platforms like that it would be there for, just let's get into it. So Omni, it's supposed to be move naturally into your games. I think that's like their slogan. Yeah, Omni, move naturally in your favorite game. And it shows him like going through a jog through Skyrim, and it shows like what he's seeing and stuff. And I mean, personally, I think it's a good idea. I really do, but oh, excuse me. I just like it says an Omni or whatever in like every living room because they got it down much smaller because it used to be bigger from what I seen from prototypes, but they got it down to much smaller. I mean, you could use a gun with it and whatever, and it's supposed to be amazing for shooters, And they're like, oh, you could go through a jog in Skyrim and stuff. But personally, I would not pay that much to go through a jog in Skyrim. I know this is like next-gen gaming. It could be possibility like that they have all this, and it'll be even crazier. But I think this stuff personally should stick with for right now until science like until technology advances even more where this thing could become cheaper and it could also become even more stable. What I mean by stable is even more accurate, I guess would be a better word. Like till the point that we're at where you could run and you could aim down the sights perfectly, and we could like something from Freddy W. Like till we're at that point in time, I like, which isn't far away, to be honest with you. It's not a far away thing, but till we're at that point in time where that's accessible, something like crazy like that. Maybe I'll link the video I seen of Freddy W. Because I'm gonna put a lot of links. I was about to swear, but put a lot of links in the description. But until we're at the point in that in time, I don't think this should be in every person's living room because it would be. Maybe I'm negative. I think it would be like a little bit of a waste. But where I do think this thing should shine, and it's like a place where you might not expect, and it's an arcade, because to be honest, American arcades, they're all old school arcades, and I know there's arcades out there, but I don't think it's not nearly as many as it used to be. If I'm mistaken, comment below and tell me, but I'm almost sure about that because arcades are not as common as they used to be. And I mean, I grew up in the 2000s, so I didn't get to experience any major arcades or whatever. I mean, the closest thing I had to an arcade back in my day was a Pizza Hut where they had Street Fighter. I think it was Street Fighter 2 and Mortal Kombat 2 or something like that. And I used to play that. Yeah, every time I went to Pizza Hut. But anyways, I think they should bring back arcades, and these would be so hot in there if they could, like, rather than just sell their stuff, they could bring arcades all around the United States, which would be or they could sell it to arcade owners, like, or something around there. Because I mean, personally, I think that would be amazing because that's where this would shine. I mean, if you look at other countries like Japan, for instance, probably exactly Japan. If you ever seen, like, their arcades are pretty extraordinary, to be honest. They have some amazing games in there. Definitely amazing games. I mean, if you ever seen this might be this isn't really side topic, but you'll understand. If you ever seen an anime called Gundam, it's basically where they pilot mechs, like giant robots, basically. And in Japan, they actually had like they actually have a cockpit you could sit in arcades, tons of them in arcades. You get to sit in those, and you get to fight other Gundams via multiplayer, like all other people in arcades and stuff. And I mean, that would be amazing. This would be amazing too. Like, think about that. Like, we get shooters, like friggin' in just like we'd get like a multiplayer shooter experience, but in an arcade. Like, we'd bring the arcade to our generation. I mean, I think our generation definitely would need it. Like, I mean, just arcade. I mean, our generation, like, I mean, there's arcades, but it's nothing like back in the day, you know, where arcades were very common, and I think that would be awesome, you know. So, and but also, a lot of people are like, oh, this could be the next generation of war games, you know, where it's gonna be so cool. Um, just have two things to say about that. First thing, obviously, I said it before, until it's like Freddie W's video somewhat, like, not exactly like that, obviously, but until it's like very like good and it's compatible with other systems or whatnot, and you could like you could aim down the sights, run, and everything would be smooth, like really smooth or whatever. Because from what I've seen, it looks decent, but it's like it's not perfect yet. I mean, I'd want something that's like, I guess I'm asking a bit much, to be honest. So I guess maybe this is my opinion though. So I mean, maybe exclude my opinion, but if you want a real war simulation and you have like $700, and depending on where you live, I'd say try Airsoft. It's granted it's no CoD, but airsofting is one of the most realistic war reenactments besides paintball. Like, there's a lot more people in it somewhat, but it's not as realistic as airsoft somewhat. And I mean, I'd say try airsoft because that's very realistic war reenactment. I mean, I think Level Cap did airsofting before. I think he does. It's not too hard to get into it. And oh my god, how did I get that many kills? I don't know, I'm just such a beautiful person. So like, I'd say just try that personally. I mean, airsofting would be pretty dope. Sorry if that's not in your language, but you know, it'd be pretty awesome just to, because I mean, that's war simulation for you, where people are shooting at you. You got a gun in your hand. I mean, you don't need what's better than the graphics of life? I mean, you got the goggles on. You don't even need like real graphics, like video game graphics. You got the real thing right in front of you. So I mean, there's always that. But I just feel like this is a little bit too gimmicky, and if you really want to make something truly good, then I think this should stick to arcades. And yeah, that's just how I feel about virtual reality gaming. It was never anything good. It was like everything's way too gimmicky. I understand it could be good and everything, but it just, I think a lot of people would agree with me too. It's just like, it's not gaming. Like, it's gaming, but it's just not the gaming we know, you know? It's just, it's not what I'd want to play, definitely. I mean, I'd rather sit there with a controller. I mean, I'd love to, but for $700, I'm not going to. I'd rather get into airsofting, and I live in Chicago, so I mean, I live kind of far from any fields that do it a lot, but that's what she said. But yeah, I mean, if you really want the best war simulation, I'd say try airsofting. This is some Modern Warfare 2. Like, it was actually running decently. I don't get a ton of kills. I'm really good at no-scoping in this game, kind of, but it's like a pro mod, kind of. It's just quick scoping. It was like on some server. I got a high ping too, so I wasn't getting the best. But yeah, and I mean, if you guys liked the video, leave a like. I mean, if you guys want to see more, subscribe. And this is PC, obviously. I post mainly PC because I don't have PVR. If you're new to my channel, you wouldn't know that. So, but I don't have PVR yet. I should be getting one soon because I'm pretty beast on the console. I mean, I'm not like amazing, but and my cat started meowing. So if you heard that, I'm sorry. But I'm pretty good at quick scoping, definitely, and I do get feeds decent amount of times. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. All the links will be in the description, but anyways, main opinion, this should stick to arcades and like bring back arcades and whatnot. Sorry if you hear my cat again. But yeah, I just don't think this is huge, because if you really want something true in war simulation, you should try airsofting, because that's like probably the most realistic you're gonna get, and it's probably the most realistic you'll ever get, to be honest. I mean, unless they do video game. I know they did this like a while back where they were showing like a Battlefield 3 simulator where people like made it, and every time he got shot by a paintball gun or something, but I think that's a little bit too harsh for a video game, definitely. So yeah, airsofting still hurts. It hurts actually really badly. They could pierce I mean, they leave bumps, and if you're close enough, they could like pierce the skin sometimes, like, ow. But yeah, so, just my opinion. I mean, like I said, you like the video, leave a like. If you want to see more, subscribe. Sorry, I'm going over this again. I'm just so cool that I need to, talk about it again. Anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed. Peace.